I take back what I said about arcade games being hard to write about. It's arcade games that don't do anything that are hard to write about. Welcome back to another video. Tony here, and today we're going to be talking about Sky Rogue, a super fun flight combat game from the developer Fractal Phase. I'm not a huge flight sim kind of guy. The last sim I played was Microsoft Flight 2000. That was fine for a while, but I never really jammed with it. The closest thing I've played to this game was the flying parts in PlanetSide 2, back when it was still in beta. And that was super fun to jam on, just whipping back and forth on the jets, blowing up other flying players. But after a certain update, it was getting a lot harder to keep getting back into jets because you needed to spend more in-game money to buy them at loadout. So after a while, it was just stuck to hoofing it on the ground. Sky Rogue being a whole game dedicated to just flying a plane? Alright, I'm in, let's go. And it's got a level progression system? Sign me up, Captain. It should be no surprise to people that I'm a sucker for games where if you keep playing, you keep unlocking more things to help you out further in the game. Let's talk about the actual game and what you get to do. The game is, like I said, a flying combat game where you hop into a pilot seat of a jet. You fly around the sky taking out random things that are marked as your targets for the mission. Sometimes that target is a bunch of slow flying bombers that you need to take out. Sometimes it's a helicarrier that's floating in the sky and launching more drones to defend itself and control the area. Sometimes it's an important building of some sort. Lots of different things, and each level is always a blast to play around it. The mission targets aren't the only things as well. While there is your primary target, there are other things that you can do and take out as well. Taking out these other targets pays out extra cash that you can use to buy new upgrades or unlock certain things. So you could rush straight into the mission, take out targets, and move on. Or you could fiddle around, take out some drones, take out some enemy-controlled targets, such as buildings and anti-air weapons, boats, off-coast platforms, the carrier of the enemy team, and then clear out the mission and move on. Also, the levels are sort of randomly laid out. Day one is almost never the same level twice in a row, or at least from what I've noticed. There's always a mix of different things in each day at that same level. I love that there are a variety of targets that you can hit as part of this game. If it was just drones or other big jets, that would get stale real quick. And because of that, there are certain weapons that are great for some things, and obviously some that are better for other reasons. There are two different shops in the game. There is the research lab, where experience points you gain in a level are spent towards unlocking new items, guns, bombs, and different ships. All items that can fit the way you want to play. If you want to be a big honking bomber jet that's slow, not very nimble, but drops giant bombs from high up, then go for it. If you want to be a quick and nimble jet that blows your opponents away Top Gun style, then build that too. After that, there is the cash you earn in-game. This can be spent on upgrades that only last the length of this run, before you crash or blow up. Obviously, you want to buy upgrades to your unlocked weapons, so that way you can progress further and unlock more things in the research lab. I love this game's controls. Arcade mode keeps the horizon at 0 or near 0 degrees, and the jet turns around. Turning this off, you can move the jet and the world sort of spins around you. So if you go full inverted, the sky will be below you and the earth will be above. Turning off arcade mode is how I like to play and gives you a great feel that you are just whipping around the skies. Mouse being locked or unlocked means that you can control your direction with the mouse or lock it and use the arrow keys on your keyboard. Anytime I have the option to control my looking speed with a mouse, I greatly prefer that. There's something about having to stick to analog movement with keys or not being able to finesse my movements with a stick is so off-putting. While writing this review, I remembered that I never actually played this game with a 360 controller, so I paused writing for a sec and went to go try that out. And I have to say, I'm not a fan. Yeah, it's nice to have the option to assign a different weapon to the D-pad and not have to cycle through the weapons, but there was a simplicity in order to my weapon layout that when I was done with close range combat weapons, next in the order would be my long range weapons right after that, just ready to go so I could start the cycle all over again. Target something at 2,000 units away, launch the weapon, then move on to my medium range, and if that didn't do it, short range missiles. And then also having the machine gun after that, because then I can shift all my priorities down one when I'm working on ground targets, because unfortunately, my longest range weapon doesn't target ground enemies. This game has an absolutely stellar one more round feel, even more than Laser Knights. The control, the feel, the colors, and art. Oh, I haven't talked about the art. Charles Blanchard at Delco Duck did an amazing job with the art in this game. None of the planes look like anything I could pick out from real world. My roommate can point out your A-10 Warthogs and your F-14 Hellcats and tell you all about ships and stuff like that. But me, I'm terrible at it. These jets in the game all have an insanely unique design. Each of them have their own unique style and feeling behind them. I spoke earlier that there were some bombers in this game. They're just absolute imposing figures, like a giant strongman competition where it's just beefy guys throwing axes and tossing kegs. Their style bleeds into how they feel when you fly. It's a big lumbering jet that's coming in to turn your building into rubble, and the fighter jets are the same way. They all have this cool retro angular design that really adds to the feeling that you're this ace pilot ready to show that you're the top dog in the sky. Everything in this arts game, like I said, bleeds into how it feels and plays. The weapons are so diverse. There are missiles that are single shot big hitters, ones that split into multiple missiles designed to take out multiple targets, long range sniping missiles that you can pick people off from far away, bombs that can be dropped from far in the sky, big guns, slow guns, guns that plow through snow. It's lots and lots of guns. I love games that give you a million things to unlock and try, and the progression and earning and more experience and slowly unlocking more and more, oh man, it's just peak. The difficulty in this game is at a great spot. The day-by-day ramp and challenge is steady, and by day 4 or 5, I've been consistently eating it somewhere in the mission. Or I'm just being silly and not paying attention and I crash on day 1. Just shame on my whole family. But as I said, just because I haven't moved past day 5 doesn't mean the game is hard. Every time I die, the game shows me a little bit more progress I've made to my next purchase. And not once have I felt cheated or that's it, that's all I get for doing so much. Every life has been able to unlock something new or add something to my collection. I've sort of found my best loadout that I love and have been using for quite a while now. It fits me and I've been growing as a player. I love the slow burn of unlocking more and more as I play this game. The game is great. I can't sing its praises enough. I'm not a huge flight combat guy. Like I've said, I've maybe played 2 games, but I love the combat in this game. The art is amazing, the music is spot on, does not distract from the experience. The rest of the sound design is right on with the correct feel of the game. Everything in this game is great and right where it needs to be. The one gripe that I have is that sometimes the game crashes at heated moments, but thankfully it doesn't lose my place and what day I was on. That would have been an instant throw in the trash moment if that was the case. Other than it crashing sometimes, I have nothing negative to say about this game. This is a for sure recommendation to anyone, not just people who like flight combat games, but anybody who likes action games. Go pick this game up and give it a whirl. I highly recommend it. Was there something that I, as a novice when it comes to flight combat games, missed and is a crucial part that diehards need me to know about? Let me know. Or if there's another game like this that you think I should check out, let me know as well. There are still a lot of games in my library that I need to get through. In the meantime, I'm going to go send my flight plan to the ATC and make sure that my Delta is something about numbers and whatnot. You all instead do the YouTube dance. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and remember, keep digging, friends, and we'll make it out sometime. See you in the next one.